Northamptonshire still have real hopes of recording an opening LV County Championship match victory, although Glamorgan are not going to go down without a fight at the SWALEC Stadium in Cardiff. Only 17 overs have been possible on day 2, meaning that Northamptonshire resumed on the third morning still in their first innings on 145 for 3 for a lead of just 11. So the first job of the morning for Andrew Hall and James Middlebrook was to push that lead on as far as possible. Both batsmen began well enough to ensure that Glamorgan weren't allowed right back into this contest. The Welshmen certainly did put their backs into it, and Michael Reid was unlucky on more than one occasion not to find the edge. The visitors instead made steady progress in the morning session, with Middlebrook again impressing. He's been asked to bat up and down the order in the past couple of seasons, and rarely has he let his side down. He was making sure that the morning session was belonging to his team. He put on 60 with Hall, who was dismissed with a total on 202 when he mistimed a drive off Reid and was held in the covers by Ben Wright for 32. Middlebrook was not to be put off by that though. He pulled Graham Wagg for a maximum as he saw his side through to lunch with no further problems. The afternoon session was an important one, with so much time lost in this game because of rain. Northants knew that their best chance of winning was probably to bat just once. In order to do that, they needed their lower middle order and tail to keep on going for some while yet. And for the first hour of the afternoon, everything was going to plan as far as the visitors were concerned, with Middlebrook and David Murphy going well. Middlebrook completed his half-century, made off 111 deliveries. It included 4 fours and 2 sixes, this being the second of them off the bowling of Dean Koska. 64 more runs were added by this pair, who advanced the total along to 266 before Murphy on 27 fell to the second new ball, edging Michael Hogan to Jim Allenby. Every run now was going to be important. In spite of the weather, this game had not yet started to meander. Middlebrook was now joined by David Willey, a man who's proved on many occasions that his wicket is a valuable one. He made only 5 this time before being comprehensively bowled by Wagg at 281 for 8. Stephen Crook came in, top edge Wagg for a maximum, and then immediately departed leg before to the left armour, with 9 more runs needed for a third batting bonus point. Only 1 more run was added though before Middlebrook nicked Wagg to slip to go for a solid 70. Northamptonshire were all out for 292 for a first innings advantage of 158. Glamorgan now had around half an hour to bat before tea, a possibly troublesome little period, which was in the end well negotiated by Wright and Will Bragg, who was batting with a runner. They had few problems, which would have at least given the rest of their teammates real belief that this game could be saved from here. The two continued to impress after the tea break too, with both playing scorching shots amongst their defence as they comfortably saw out 24 overs in reducing their deficit by 62 runs to give them a realistic chance of saving this game. But they then soon found themselves up against it after a flurry of wickets. On 39, Bragg was leg before to Willey, and in the next over his partner Wright was undone by a rising delivery from Hall, which he could only deflect to Trent Copeland in the slips. Only 7 more runs were added before Marcus North nicked Crook behind. And in the following over, Stuart Walters was also dismissed, sharply taken by Murphy off Hall, to leave Glamorgan back in trouble on 71 for 4. There were still another dozen overs left for Northamptonshire to make further inroads, but Jim Allenby and Murray Goodwin stayed firm in adding another 25 runs. So with a day to go, the Welshmen are on 96 for 4, still 62 runs behind, and with an uphill task ahead of them to start the season off with a draw.